What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's Off the Air. It's Tuesday night, November the 19th. What in the world happened to 2024? How is it already November? I don't know. I'm Clark Taylor. I'm stoked to be here. We are fresh off another edition of NXT. I've got the usual suspects hanging with me today, and I'm stoked about it because it's going to be a fun NXT to break down. I've been looking forward to it all week. There's only one sad thing, and that will be our first topic, but we're going to avoid that for the time being while I introduce my co-hosts first and foremost. In the DMV, get your twos up for the Tuesday Night Delight because it is a Tuesday. Shoddy, what's up?
I'm good, man. I'm good with all things that come to an end. This will be the last off the air that you will see this setup. Yes, you don't see SpongeBob behind me because he's packed away. I'm gonna have a new setup next week. We're gonna be in a new crib. I know y'all probably more concerned about something else that we're gonna not have anymore, but I'm more sad about this. Also, as much as we want to talk about Chase U, the highlight of the night is that we had Oregon State versus
Washington State. The final Pac-12 matchup, heavily advertised.
Yes,
on today's program.
Yeah, for sure. Brindley Reese is definitely doing the Lord's work, trying to make y'all care about a university that we do not give a flying F about. Let's start the show.
I can't lie to you, Shad. I will miss the current setup. Speaking of setups, I'm struggling with some of my lighting. I apologize for the glare, my friends. I can't really mess with that. But out in Louisville, there's somebody that you should, and he's got to remind me of what it is that we have to do. But I see him every Tuesday night, and I'm stoked as always. What's going on, Dres?
Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It is the guy you should believe in.
Oh, no.
I am hurt. I'm sad. How do I say goodbye to what we had? Oh, my God.
It's brutal. It's brutal. We did see. We saw crying.
To say goodbye to Andre Chase.
Monster shout out the U. It's a tough week to be a fan of the U, and I'm not talking about Miami. I'm talking about Chase U.
That's the last time I can hold the U up.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang?
It's over.
No, Wu-Tang's like, this is
that one's like that's more butterflyish. The U-Tang, I guess. Wait, is that a thing?
Is that from the Chappelle Show?
Is that how they changed it? The U-Tang clan?
Remember the racial drafts?
They're Japanese now. They Japanese now.
Oh no, they did. I believe they were selected.
That's what I was talking about from the racial draft from the Chappelle Show.
When it comes to the draft, I do believe that they were actually selected by Japan. That's a good point.
Japan got them. We got Tiger Woods. Yeah, we good.
Yeah,
it's fair trade. I'm with you. Yeah.
Luckily,
okay.
Luckily, Ben doesn't watch the Chappelle Show, so he won't know what the hell we're talking about.
No, he won't even get the joke. We can't get in trouble for this. It's late night. It's the late night show here at WR.
Ben's all tucked in. He doesn't know what we do.
It's adult content.
That's why we get away with this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Deontay Belladonna, shout out South Africa, said, "Yo, Chase U is over." Yes, it is. DC Warlord is demanding we get Trick Williams University. TWU.
Yeah, I like that.
Tiger Woods U. I like that too. He also has his twos up for Tuesdays. I love that. Happy Tuesday from Bobby Petito. He's got his twos up as well. He's laughing and loves us. Love you too, Bobby. All day, my friend.
Much love, brother, man.
Speaking of things we loved, obviously Chase U, it's over. It's all over. I don't know whether to be really sad about it or just kind of laugh because it is Chase U. Like
Indy Hartwell said it best. Don't be sad because it's over. Be happy because it happened.
Yeah.
We saw Andre Chase, a cast off from the very first breakout tournament, make his own university and pick up people who
Yeah.
were cast off by NXT and made them into a cohesive unit. This is the same Andre Chase University that took a young Thea Hale and turned her to a grown ass woman. Duke Hudson, who had a god awful poker gimmick and probably would have been on his way out the door without the help of Andre Chase. Riley Osborne, a breakout star, a guy who put the Andre Chase banner on his chest and went to the finals of the breakout tournament this year against. Granted, you're going against Obafemi, you weren't going to win, but he definitely was a breakout star and also a breakout star in TNA because he carried that banner to a whole nother company and almost won the X Division title. He is also the guy who I'm gonna give credit for reinvigorated JC Jane. He figured out he got her back in the correct mind state after being in a bad spot and losing toxic attraction. Andre Chase needs to and I'm gonna give him credit for this. He is the reason that we have the new and improved Rich Holland. Even though Rich Holland is
Yeah.
the one who ended this, Rich Holland didn't we he we have hated him until this feud with Andre Chase. But I don't know what it is, but this little bit of magic that is in his Jordans and his sweater shirt. But he has gotten the magic on Ridge Holland, and Ridge Holland is not only cutting incredible promos, but he's also having banger matches.
Yeah.
We did not see this coming a year ago. So for all that, Andre Chase, we thank you. Andre Chase University, we thank you.
You did so many great things for the brand, and I agree. Like it's an all-star team when you look at the amount of performers that went through Chase U, Thea Hale, as you mentioned. I mean, but the list goes on and on. Duke Hudson, like it's pretty dang impressive what they have been able to accomplish. I'm now wondering what the next step is. Obviously, we have Trick Williams versus Ridge Holland
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
headed up at deadline. That's official, right? Sign that one up. That's going to be interesting. But what is next for Chase U? Any ideas for us here, Shotty?
I honestly don't know. For what the moment is and kind of how we got here and just the abrupt ending of the university, my gut is telling me that they are trying to, really pivot and try to use all the counterparts in maybe individual ways and trying to break them off of a comedy faction to try to create more serious stars. I just don't know if this is the right call to do that. I feel like if it ain't broken, you don't try to fix it type of situation. And I feel like they had a bit of a potential gold mine that still had more of a shelf life with Chase U, especially as how young the faction is with O'Reilly Osborne, with Thea Hale, right? There's still development need to be made. My only other idea would be it's time to call him up. Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, Thea. We spoke about it earlier prior to the show. They've been in NXT for quite a while. I think Thea Hale does have the ability to work in ring that could work on a main roster, and I think she is a ball of energy. Maybe this is Chase U ending in NXT and going to the main roster. But if it's the end of the university entirely, I kind of fear what's next for each of these superstars. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I feel like if it's to try to you know, rebuild them a little bit, try to, recreate some new characters like they did with JC Jane when they and Gigi once they broke off. I think it might be a dumb decision. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd be more worried than like for a person like a Duke Hudson, for a person like a Riley Osborne, hell, even an Andre Chase, like it becomes worrisome because the faction became so strong. And I would probably have more confidence in Thea Hale being as young as she is and as energetic as she is. I think she can still find, she could use redevelopment, finding a different avenue. And I think Andre Chase is creative, but I feel like you're taking away something that was working so well just for whatever it may be, whether it's to push Ridge Holland. Oh my God, Ridge Holland, the big bad Ridge Holland, the man that's gonna put fear in Trick Williams' spine because he stopped. Get out of here! Y'all need to stop pushing his bum, bro. I'm tired of it. He's garbage. He's trash. He's not
I
good.
hear you.
He's speaking from a place of hurt because we can't even say that with a straight face. He's been great this last month.
He's,
Like it's
Yes.
impossible for us to even
when
sit
the
there.
bar is that low, sure, but he ain't doing nothing spectacular.
Okay,
He
so
actually
I'm
looks like an actual wrestler now. He doesn't look like a half. He doesn't look like one of Vince McMahon's half created. Oh, he's big. Just put him out there. Yo, that doesn't speak for itself anymore. He actually does serviceable work now.
But is it serviceable for them to just to create a storyline to destroy one of your best babyface factions? I don't know. I feel like you could have built
You hate
another
him,
way
don't you?
for it if we're trying to get.
You
I
hate him, don't
hate
you?
the booking. I don't hate him.
Is there anybody in NXT that's more beloved than Chase U?
Yeah, Tatum Paxley.
Tatum Paxley does not count because Tatum Paxley exists in 5 different worlds right now.
Lonnie Jordan.
I've thought a lot about this when it comes to Chase U guys.
Oh
And
yeah,
most
they are the fan favorites in that area. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the gear. I've never been a huge Chase U guy. I ain't gonna
this
lie to you.
one for me when it comes to Chase U has
I like
mostly
Andre
come
Chase
down
though.
to movies.
Mhm.
I've mostly thought about movies. So like in The Perfect Score, you have Darius Miles and his friends cheating to pass the SAT to get into
I
college.
remember that movie.
Great flick. Excellent flick if you haven't checked it out. In Billy Madison, you have a really rich kid that really didn't have to go to school, goes back and passes. That's not what we need either when it comes to Chase U. And I thought about old school. These guys finished school, went back and made school not about school, and they weren't really in school. And then they got people in school, and then they just had parties. And Snoop was there, and it was awesome. Will Ferrell was in it. Great flick as well. But this flick, Animal House, is the one that comes to mind. We need a stupid and futile gesture. One last one out of Chase U. One last stand. Break the rules. The Delta House was kicked off campus. And they led one of the greatest parades in movie history. I saw it. We've all seen it. It's a great film. We need a futile and stupid gesture from Chase U to really wrap a bow on all of this that they've accomplished.
I would make Andre Chase go back to school.
I would love to see.
You want Andre? Oh my God! It just hit me.
Andre Chase goes to school. He goes to a different university.
And they go rescue him. They had to go get him.
No. He is going to create a academy. An Alpha Academy.
Chasing You. Maybe is that's what they call him. Chasing You. YOU.
Not the Alpha Academy.
They don't have a lead teacher right now. Andre Chase would be perfect for that.
Maybe he just goes and works with his tailor.
Also, moving him up to the main roster, just him.
Move him to the main roster, and then each month he brings in a new student, and then this actually works out a lot well for everybody. Otis needs a new tag team partner. We can sit there and get Akira Tozawa in some more singles matches. We can sit there and have Thea and Maxine tag team. That's another women's tag team right there.
It is.
It works. Triple H loves his factions. This is another faction, and it's a rebirth of Alpha Academy.
This might be the comment of the day, though, is Bodie Hayward is the only one who can defeat Ridge Holland, and that just got me good.
Bodie Hayward probably selling life insurance right now. I don't even know if he wrestles anymore.
I do believe he's on the roster. I actually Googled it on the side.
No, he got released a
No,
couple
he got
years
released.
ago.
He's officially released.
Because he messed up the
He got
storyline
released a
originally
few
with
years
Duke.
ago.
He's the one that messed up the storyline with Duke.
Yeah,
Because Duke was supposed to be the evil at first to take out Chase U, and then Bodie screwed it up.
he was doing some indie stuff initially. I haven't seen his name in a while, to be honest with you. I mean, he might be working at your local Wegmans for all I know.
That would be logical. I mean, it's a good.
He got the long
job,
he got the long
get the
blonde hair.
benefits.
Maybe Trader Joe's. I can see Trader Joe's.
I believe it's a soft J. I believe it's Trader Hose. I just it's like yogging. It's that new thing that people are doing in the morning. It's like right after coffee they run on purpose. It's like it's a big trend with all the kids these days. Either way, we've got let's move on to our next topic. We could talk about Chase U all day. They're not the U. It's not Miami. We're not seeing any sort of, yeah. We'll throw our U's up for one last time, just in case it is the last time it makes any sense. Let's talk about Nathan Frazier, one half of Fraxium. No fractions here, but that is one half. I did one there. Got him. Nathan Frazier, Eddie Thorpe. Stoked about this match, qualifying match. Interesting follow-up with the Axiom part of Fraxium after the match. Shad, talk to me about this one and our Iron Survivor qualifying in general.
Yeah, I mean, we had 3 Iron Survivor qualifying matches tonight. This was the only men's Iron Survivor qualifier match that did happen. Fun match. I mean, I think Eddie Thorpe serves a purpose in this role. I think he's a, solid worker. A decent dance partner. And then Nathan Frazier, man, he's one of a kind. He's a spectacular in-ring worker. The athleticism, the high flying, the pace, the speed, everything. Like, the dude is a generational talent when you talk about once that bell rings. And sometimes you forget about it just because it's heavy on the tag team scene with him and his masked amigo, as he likes to call him. He could do stuff in the singles division. He comes out with a win. My takeaways from the match, one, they're really, really doing a good job emphasizing on this tag division being a lot more stacked in a deeper division than you would imagine it to be, right? And it's a bit of we got a lot of new blood, young teams. We got to create identities for them. We got to give them a viable options to be a threat. You got all of these guys watching his match on the different parts of the stage, and then you had them all, tussling it towards the end of it after he wins the match, and you kind of build to that. The second part of it is this, man. This is the ever long build. Is Fraxium going to break up, or are they not going to break up? Axiom spoke later on in the show saying that he has an Iron Survivor qualifier match against Ethan Page next week. And prior to that, Frazier's like, whoever's going against him is going to lose, not knowing it was going against Axiom. And you're just seeing a bit of that tension. You're seeing a little bit of Frazier like, damn, if you win, we got to go against each other. I don't know if I want that type of situation. And I'm going to be real with you. You kind of see a little bit of the selfishness in Nathan Frazier continue to grow. He has all these singles aspirations and goals and whatnot. But as soon as his mans wants to get that, you got a problem. Nate Frazier, you a pretty bad friend, my dude. You selfish as hell. And I think Axiom got the right to smack you in your face if he does qualify. So if we start off the match with them two, I need Axiom to smack the living piss out of him, and saying, this is for your daddy, Seth Rollins, and smack him.
I hear you. I hear you there. I mean, honestly, between Axiom and A Kid might be the most talented wrestler, just saddled with like just randomness. And the mask and the promo stuff is funky as could be, but it's
what you
working.
don't know, A Kid stands for the Axiom Kid. He's grown up. It's like when Lil Bow Wow dropped the Lil from Bow Wow. That's
That
what
makes
happened.
sense. That adds up. Okay. We've got DC Warlord here in the comments with that Iron Survivor match will be bouncy. You got to be bouncy. And then we've got Deontay Belladonna with, we have too many high flyers in the Iron Survivor match. We need some powerhouses in there. That's interesting because there is one possibility powerhouse wise, and that's Elba Femi. And to Deontay's point about the amount of high flyers on top of DC Warlord adding the bounciness, I will say Elba Femi could make it bounce more. He could probably dribble most of the roster.
He could dribble all three of them at the same time.
like a basketball.
I mean, you still have the option of Lexus King might be in there. Ethan Page might be in it as well. I don't think they're very athletic.
Y'all have to think there's also going to be a second chance because they normally do the little last chance I think it's a
last
4-way.
chance you. I'm sorry.
And that's when Chase U is going to reunite back again.
Chase, last chance you. Check it out live on Netflix.
Netflix. We want.
I see it happen. I see the vision.
Y'all think we could get a streaming deal with Netflix?
Maybe.
We got
last chance you. They're the new season.
Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Eddie Thorpe wanted an opportunity because he feels like he got done dirty.
Too
bad, Eddie Thorpe. He did, but he all he want to do is go into the Burning Man like festival. Like, do they drug? There's like WWE drug test anymore.
I think just for roids.
No, you can smoke weed
How
everywhere.
much MDMA do you think he takes before matches, bro?
By the way, I didn't know this. You know, you could always just like Major League Baseball has only ever tested for roids. You can just do whatever. Baseball players.
Yeah.
I had no idea until recently.
You know
compared
what?
to the other sports, you just do whatever.
I found a calling for him. You know who he needs to align with? Kaden and Katana. Because they got all the strobe lights and stuff. I mean, they probably already did that. Who knows, man? It's the 80s again.
He needs to do a line.
No, he needs to align with. But they can also do a line if they want to, whatever tickles their fancy.
I don't think they do a line, but definitely that is a good match made in heaven. That's the DJ.
A line.
I heard it incorrectly. I'm so sorry, but I just for a second I was like, whoa.
Anyways,
that is a really good combination.
We're dipping our toes in that water. It's starting to get cold. They're doing lines together now.
Like what? He said he's like DJ Venom. I wonder what type of EDM music does he listen to? He's like a house, like a deep house, I think.
Eddie Thorpe, you need to come on our show and tell us what type of music you listen to.
It's got to be good.
You got to tell us.
Heavy bass, whatever it is, probably reggae.
Nah,
he's Indian. Nah, he definitely doing something with a beat. It's something with a beat.
He's an EDM fan, bro. He probably listen.
He's an EDM fan, but
mostly just Sandstorm.
He's doing something with some type of beat.
Yeah.
Carl.
Yes, Eddie. No, he's Carl. He used to be in New Japan. Carl Fredericks is his old name.
Yeah.
Carl Fredericks.
Yeah.
He was one of the. I think the first out of the LA dojo, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I can't lie to you. Eddie Thorpe is somehow a better name than Carl Fredericks. That sounds like whoever was Orville Redenbacher's partner.
I know y'all see it coming. Eddie Thorpe about to go bad. It is about to be a real bad one. You think he about to bring Bullet Club to NXT?
No,
he can't.
No,
don't they? Are you allowed to? Would you?
They could, but they're not going to let him be the one to do it.
They already have the.
Why not?
They already have the OC.
Because his name is Eddie Thorpe, Drizzy.
Yeah.
All you need is AJ Styles to pop up down there one day, and this is our newest recruit. Talk to the big head of the Bullet
Give him
Club.
one of those
Eddie
ones.
Thorpe is sick of y'all stuff, and he is
Yeah,
now a
no,
part
yeah.
of the.
Yeah, he was trained under Shibata.
That's what I thought. I knew
Yeah.
he was one of the. He was one of the first ones out of that new dojo.
Yeah, man, that was like a few years ago. Like what? Like
It doesn't seem like it, but yeah,
time flies. No,
it really
I
is.
like the thing is this. I think Eddie Thorpe is a solid worker. I just think his character is stupid. He could
It's
now if this is
it's
an
Alexis
opportunity
King.
for him changing his character, I'm down for it.
Yo, him and
DJ
Lex
Eddie
King
Thorpe.
have the exact same issue. It's the character. It's all the character. Him and Lexus King have the exact same problem. It's the character that's not hitting. It's not the wrestler. It's the character.
I think I like Eddie Thorpe more than I like Lexus King.
I think I like Lexus King a little bit more than Eddie Thorpe.
I just now have gotten to the stage where I can on purpose call him Lexus King. Like
Yeah, because that was a fight.
it took time.
I think I like Eddie Thorpe more than I like Lexus King. I see the potential in Eduardo Thorpe.
I like Eduardo Thorpe. I might get behind, by the way, Sean. Now that you're suggesting it, that's different. I might be an Eduardo Thorpe fan.
Definitely right now. Go ahead and make the call, Uncle Allen, come down and save Eddie Thorpe and Lexus King and make them Bullet Club, or at least put them in the OC,
the original club, or one of the. Get them in a
that
club.
would probably be. I don't lie. That probably be pretty like. That's like pretty tame to like what Bullet Club is now.
Yeah, Bullet Club now.
Member wise.
Yeah.
They're a little low on members. They are still selling the shirts at Hot Topic though.
Yeah, that's a timeless. That's like a timeless thing. It's like the NWO.
They made a lot of money off them. They made a
never
lot of money off them joints.
By the way, Coach 23 likes Lexus King. Coach, we love you dearly, but explain, man.
Did you do a live?
Which part? Which part do you like?
No, like we. Hit that comment. I like that one.
Yes. They should put TNA. Is this the one you were saying? Yeah, they should put TNA wrestlers in the Iron
That would be say what a spot for the TNA. Think about Josh Alexander being in an Iron Survivor match. I feel like that match is made for him.
I mean, nasty.
Like at that point, put him in it.
I'm with you there. Okay, speaking of the Iron Survivor, though, let's talk about arguably the most star-studded qualifying matches we saw tonight.
The match of the year.
Yeah. There you. Okay, Driz, I'm just gonna toss it to you. Jada Parker, Stephanie Vauquer. Talk to me about it.
Let me tell you. I know the other week we said that Lola Vice and Jada Parker was the feud of the year, feud of the century, all that. Tonight we got to see Stephanie Vauquer and Jada Parker in the same ring. And it was, I don't know who to credit this match for more. Jada Parker went out there, and you don't notice how. One thing you don't realize when you look at a lot of these women is you don't realize how tall some of them are. I had no idea that Stephanie Vauquer was as small as she is, just like a buffer version of Mercedes Mercedes Monet, and how tall Jada Parker is. There was such a size difference that Jada was basically imposing her will on her for this match, which is something you do not get in a lot of Jada Parker matches. And she was able to outmuscle her in so much stuff. She actually caught her on a crossbody. Things that you do not really get to see out of Jada Parker. I seriously think that she could be a power wrestler. For the longest, they've known what signature moves to do with her, but I think they finally figured out, okay, this is what we have to do every time. We have to do I don't know what we're calling it, the sit down on them in the corner. And the high step out. You have to do that going into the commercial. You have to. It's a staple in Jada Parker matches now. You have to do the running hip attack from behind now. And I think that being in the ring with Stephanie Vauquer did wonders for Jada Parker's stock. If you didn't bat on it a while ago, you're definitely, it's gonna cost to get up there now. If you weren't in when it was low, it's gonna cost. It is going to cost. And Stephanie did a great job making her look good. Now, let's talk about that backyard bullshit because Lola Vice coming out. Shad pointed it out to me, and I think I might let him just go ahead and have this one because he's right. The distractions have to be different.
Yeah,
You got to do better. We had a
Yeah.
2K distraction at this point.
it's true. Talk to us, Shoddy.
Lazy freaking booking. Let's stop this, man. What are these distractions y'all be doing, bro? You literally just have someone pop up. Oh, not you again. Oh, there goes the match. Midway for her about to hit her finisher. That minor thing, Lola Vice just walking down the ramp. You gonna just freeze the entire time. There's way more creative ways to do it. It makes Jada Parker, as talented and amazing as she is, look like an absolute idiot in the match. Idiot. This is an opportunity for an Iron Survivor match to get yourself gold. Something that you want in this talented show that we have in NXT against a top-notch superstar. How am I supposed to believe that you're just going to stop everything off of that little minor thing? WWE does this a lot. They do it a lot on the main roster. It bleeds through on NXT. It's on SmackDown. It's on everything. These little lazy stuff. It was even yesterday too on Raw with like Solo just standing there on top of the table, and Seth just gonna stop like, huh? Like, nah, man, we got to be more creative with how we do these interferences. Like, these distractions are so bad, and it takes away from a high-quality match. Now, let me get to the positive because I don't want to make it seem like this match was bad. Stephanie Vaquer and Jada Parker put on a clinic. Incredible style clash. I think Jada Parker is one of the more talented women wrestlers on the roster. I think she's the best wrestler on the mic out of the women's division. Her ceiling is, it may not even reach what it's gonna be to when she gets going in this sport. Like, I think she's one of these people, like, she may be a bigger star when she gets on a Raw and SmackDown because they just are so clog jammed with so many people now. She doesn't get that chance, but they're gonna see the talent, and when she gets to Raw and SmackDown, it's gonna click. Stephanie Vaquer to me is creeping on that best women's wrestler pound for pound in the world, like, stratosphere now. Like, I don't want it to be an overreaction, but I think that she has the skill set of what Mercedes Moné does, but with more athleticism, with more power, with more strength. I think she's just one of the more fluid workers. This may end up being the best signing that WWE had this year, looking down the chain, looking down the range of a couple years. Like, I'm not lying to you. I just see an absolute superstar in her, like, off of the look and the dynamic, but just what she does in-ring wise. Like, we're always, the question that we always ask with luchadors is, who can be the next Eddie Guerrero? Who could be the next Rey Mysterio? I'm not looking at Andrade. I'm not looking at Santos Escobar. I'm looking at Stephanie Vaquer, bro.
No
think
doubt.
she could possibly be the next Eddie Guerrero for WWE off of an in-ring ability as a luchador.
To your point, I love the way that you broke that down too, because Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio are entirely different wrestlers, and they're both luchadors, right? Stephanie Vaquer is entirely different. Dragon Lee's different. Rey Phoenix is different. Luchador culture isn't just one. It's not just Rey Mysterio. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
And the next Rey Mysterio is the one that everybody likes to dabble in and do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
The next great Mexican star is almost even what I would say when it comes to.
But I will say she is Chilean, but she did wrestle in Mexico.
Right. No, but coming from like the luchador, the AAA, the CMLL scene, that scene, yes, she's Chilean, she's South American. But the next star from that scene doesn't have to be just like Rey Mysterio, right?
Right.
We've seen a lot of people compare directly to Rey Mysterio,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's unfair. I think Stephanie Vaquer is so unique in what she can accomplish. And there's a few comments over here, and we don't have a ton of time to run through all of them, but I will say when it comes to like the English speaking versus the promo in Japanese and the promo not in your native language, it's whatever you're comfortable with. Stephanie Vaquer took the microphone in her second language and did a great job. Julia cut a great promo in Japanese and it was translated. I don't care. Both were entertaining, right? It doesn't matter how the delivery, how we got there. Storylines were advanced, and to me, that's the most important thing. Both performers were excellent on the microphone. And I don't think that takes anything away from Julia's talent or Stephanie's talent when it comes to on the microphone. We've been able to work around issues like that for years, right? Like in professional wrestling, no matter which country you're in, because the same issue happens. English speaking promos in Japan, English speaking promos.
Look at someone like Asuka, bro. She's probably one of the most important WWE women's wrestlers in the last decade, and her first language is not English, right? But just her presence, her character, her facial expressions, all of that, even her cutting promos in Japanese with us not understanding and what it is, you feel
be saying nothing
captivated.
Crazy. And she don't even say nothing crazy.
And Io's like Io Sky to me, especially when she was in NXT, and to me, it is a little bit of that correlation because there is a little bit of a darker, aesthetic to the character and whatnot, and it feels more badass. And like Io's promos where they have the little vignettes and she was cutting it, and that joint always make me hype. Like I'll run through a damn wall for Io Sky the way she cut her promos.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's. I mean, I even think about like, look at Takeshita and his pairing with Don Callis, right? Like I mean, this isn't new.
My dog, man.
How about Mr. Fuji and Yokozuna? Let's go back to the 90s, right? We can figure stuff out. And we all know Yoke spoke perfect English. Go figure.
Yeah,
this is arguably better than Fuji's.
Yeah,
but okay, so we've talked about the majority of the Iron Survivor matches. We do have.
No,
I know. I was going to introduce it. I was going to say we've got Zarya against Ren Stevens. I mean Ren Sinclair. Sorry, Jody.
I love Ren Stevens.
Monster shout out Ren Stevens. If you didn't watch Even Stevens and you're watching the show, check it out. Highly recommended it. But don't do it while you're watching the show. Do it after. Yeah, no, we got Zarya and Ren Sinclair. Talk to me about it, Johnny. Let me go right back to you.
Great match, man. Great match. Zarya is another big time signing that we've seen come into the fold, and I like her in-ring ability a lot. She has a nice mixture of athleticism and power. It reminds me a little bit of a Beth Phoenix, how she is within her style of in-ring. And I thought she really showed out, and she did a good job selling. Like I thought it was a competitive bout. You're seeing Ren Sinclair develop on a week-to-week basis. I think they play the storyline with her being with the No Quarter Cash Crew well, because you're seeing her pick up stuff that the No Quarter Cash Crew does as a in-ring character, but also still having that quirky, funny personality tied to it. Like she's definitely in the right place in NXT as she grows. Like I just think she has a very high potential to do stuff. Like I think she has a trajectory of like what a Chelsea Green kind of does, or other characters, right? Like she's got a good balance of being charismatic, humorous, but when a bell rings, she can give you a good match and she can make your opponent look good. And I think she did a great job making Zarya look good. Zarya advances, and now it has me thinking, this Iron Survivor match set up already with Stephanie, with Sol Ruka, with Zarya. Like we are hitting a special match, a special match that is being built. And it's always kudos to NXT's women's division, super talented. But just talking about a match in the landscape of pro wrestling, man, let's even just take the gender stuff out of it. You giving us three of the best superstars on NXT in general already, and we're still not even done. Who else can be added to it? So I'm interested to see what continues, but I love it, man. I love it. I like Zarya a lot, and I always got to give Ren Sinclair her credit because I feel like she's a little underrated.
I agree, and also friend of the show, friend of ours, Missa Kate, friend of Ren Sinclair's, right? Friend of a friend. The 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, isn't that what they call it? Everybody's been in a movie with Kevin Bacon at some point, right? I don't know. We had a question here about Zarya. Is her name just being kept secret? I don't think so. Also, I think Delta would have been really hard to, considering the airline, to trademark.
I think it is trademark. I just don't think, if business wise, you want to own the name. That's why a lot of them change their names. So you can't own Delta Airlines. So guess what? Your name's Delta. Yeah. We're gonna need you to change to something else.
Yeah, they got
there's issues with that.
They've built lounges for that airline at like nearly every airport in the States.
I like the name Zarya. I think the joint is like a cool name. Yeah.
It's just more of a WWE thing because they're trying to market that name. You can't market Delta because you run into those problems. But no, it's no different than Kevin Owens changing his name. Like Io Sky changing her name. Asuka changing her name. Her name ain't Asuka. But
they made Gunther change his name like within his time, and they made Io change her name in the WWE too. They
made a whole before they even changed his name to Gunther, they made me pronounce a W as a V. They had him as Walter, and then all of a sudden they changed
an entire stable's name. Remember that. Giovanni Vinci, Ludwig Kaiser, that is not what they were called. They were Bartel and
Fabian Eichner.
Yeah, Fabian
Balor. In the comments, Balor, Kenta, like all these names they've changed all these names.
Fergal Devitt.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, man. But like, I ain't gonna lie though, man. Like Ludwig Kaiser's a way colder name though.
Ludwig is better than
it's only
Giovanni
cooler.
Vinci, but
it's
Fabian
only cooler.
Eichner was pretty hard.
No,
Fabian Eichner is better than Giovanni Vinci.
No, it's only cooler if if Samantha Irvin says it. It's Ludwig Kaiser. It sounds evil. Makes sense he walks like this.
He is.
Yeah, I mean, Jay Malachi.
Like if
you got all kinds of good names here.
Yeah, Javon Evans was Jay Malachi.
By the way, please in the comments just keep tossing really great name changes.
Punishment Martinez, the Damian Priest.
Punishment Martinez is up there. Like, there's some funky
ones. So many names that have been changed just for marketing.
Kid to Axiom.
The Solo Sokoa, Sifa Fatu.
Yeah.
Boom. Actually, weirdly, probably better than Solo.
It probably
Sokoa?
is, but you got all of. Well, we almost probably could have got him Solo Uso.
But then you can't say, "I love you, my tribal chief." I love you, Solo.
We were like at the 45-minute mark and almost got there.
My dog MDB is in here. I saw his comment earlier. I ain't gonna hold him. I ain't gonna let him not get.
You can't let that pass. Wait, no. Maddie Wahlberg is Grayson Waller. That's all time. Why wouldn't you want to be a Wahlberg? They got the whole burger place, Wahlburgers. I mean, that's wild. I actually didn't even realize.
I can understand why he wasn't able to get that name.
Yeah, by the way, Donovan Dijak to Dominic Dijakovic, that's a great one.
You have to say that for a few years before you can even say it right.
There's a bunch of funky ones like that, though, if you think about it.
Carmelo Hayes was Christian Casanova.
Christian
the
Casanova. Yes,
one of the greatest wrestlers,
Roxy,
Brian
Roxanne.
Danielson. Brian Danielson's
Yep.
name was changed to Daniel Bryan. Like it's just
Oh,
That's just how WWE
Brian
works.
Danielson was flipped. They just basically
Right.
went like full pig
Cora
Latin.
Jade
And just
was Elena. I think
Tyler
Cora Jade
Black.
was Elena Black.
Well, by the way,
yes.
Tyler Black
Priscilla
is Seth
Kelly, Gigi
Rollins.
Dolan.
Tyler Black was Seth Rollins.
Uh,
The wrestling companies, the wrestling academy that he owns is still.
Yeah. No, we can't make the whole episode about names now.
Sorry, now I just got excited. I love this topic. We could do this for
Yeah.
hours.
I mean,
sure.
we're doing. It's
Should
all
we all
NXT
just hang out
names.
for the next 2 hours and go over every wrestling name change of all time? Are we
And I think
positive?
I'm looking
Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan.
looking back at all the comments. They're all NXT related, so it's not like they're
By the way,
even.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels was Michael Higginbottom. No, but I'm sorry, I'm totally kidding. Okay, let's move on though to our
This last topic. Let's have you start it off because I heard you had some ish to talk to one Ben Allison on from a Monday.
What about Tony D and Brooks?
But yeah, what led after it though.
Oh yeah, we've got Tony D and Brooks Jensen. I think that Brooks Jensen is doing better work as the loose cannon than Lexus King is. And I think Tony D is going to be in a huge match. I think that I made the prediction this week that at deadline, Tony D will face the artist formerly known as Ty Dillinger. Back to the names thing. I knew I'd work it in. Now we're talking. Ty Dillinger, a.k.a. Sean Spears, will face Tony D at deadline. That's my belief. Tony D and Brooks was what it was. But I think it's all about Tony D, Shawnee Spears, the chairman himself. I'm going to go to Dryzzy because, Sean, I've talked to you too much. I'm sorry. I'm going to this.
I'm out, man. Goodbye.
Is there any? No, don't do that. Not now. Not at a time like this.
Oh,
Now you just threw everything off. You're on the other side of the screen.
there we
Drizzy,
go.
I'm going to ask you, though. Tony D and Brooks, obviously we saw it tonight, but don't you think that's the direction? It's going to be Spears and Mr. D. Mr. D'Angelo.
It's crazy. That is where we're going, and I'm gonna double check, but that might not be happening at deadline. I feel like I'm trying. I'm when I give it back to you, I'm gonna look it up. But I'm thinking this may be a next week thing. They've loaded up the show for next week a lot with a lot of title matches and a lot of things of consequence. But we're absolutely and have been for about a month now, been leading towards Sean Spears and Tony D in in a North American title match. Nothing crazy. I don't think it'll be anything wild like that. And the way that Tony D beat Brooks tonight makes me think that this is not going to be a close one at all. Maybe Tony D'Angelo is riding a wave of confidence that will probably have him run through Sean Spears just to add another name to his reign of as the North American champion because he's gay. You know how a boulder rolls, it gains momentum. I think Tony D has a good amount of momentum right now, and that's probably what we're getting ready to run into. It's not a matter of if Sean Spears will get the match, it's when.
That I'm with you on. Yeah, that's the question is when. I do think that that's the logical matchup for deadline, right? Because he's not going to be involved in the Iron Survivor. He's not involved in the world title picture. This is a match that's got to happen. And Spears Tony D to me makes the most sense before we finally get a Tony D send off. I think a lot of us
I have the graphic for next week. It will be happening next week.
Oh, is that official?
It is official.
Even earlier. I was right but wrong.
Next Tuesday, Tony D versus Sean Spears.
Son of a bee sting. Early again.
Next week is gonna be stat card.
It really is. Let's look at
My
the start.
entire life, Shawn Michaels has been one step ahead of me.
There's only like one match that matters next week.
No,
Just one.
we got Tony D and Spears. We got Fallon and Tatum. We got
Yeah,
Kalani
stop
Jordan.
there.
And,
We can stop there.
oh, you don't want me to overshadow it with whatever that was?
Okay, talk to us about that, Shoddy.
Moment of the night. We had a little, open challenge that Fallon Henley wants to, put out because she's a fighting champion, right? She's putting her dukes up. But let's be honest with you, while all of those women, as talented as they are, coming down that, you know, pathway to try to go against her, fighting each other, hitting her. Hell, I even saw women who haven't even made it past NXT level up thinking they have an opportunity from the the fallen angel that she is, man. Word to Christopher Daniels comes out without her seeing it, hits her beautiful finisher, and she's got next Tatum Paxley versus Fallon Henley. Let's book it for next week. This is a Tatum Tuesday amongst all Tatum Tuesdays. Shad in his new house podcasting, watching Tatum Paxley win the North American title. Shawn Michaels knows what's up. He knows what's up. There ain't a person in the WWE that is on Tatum Paxley's level next Tuesday. Tatum Paxley coming for gold. She is the epitome of professional wrestling. When you look at professional wrestling in the landscape right now, you think about Tatum Paxley, bro. So she's going to win the gold next week. We are all going to rejoice as a family on this podcast. And that's all we're going to talk about.
It's just another Tatum Tuesday.
Kobe, stop playing the game, buddy. You work here.
Yeah,
You should know
Kobe,
better.
it's just another Tatum.
What are you doing, dog?
Come on, Kobe. Come on, Kobe.
What are you doing?
I see the person with a wrench on their little profile.
I do actually dig the fact that we got all these comments. I mean, look at this. We've got McIntyre Galloway over here. We've got all kinds of action on name changes. I love this. Keep them coming, guys. If you think of other name changes, keep them coming.
MDB, man, relax, bro. Relax. Softcore country ain't winning next week.
Softcore country. How about it? Okay. Moment of the week. Sean has delivered his. It's just another Tatum Tuesday. Driz, obviously, your moment of the week is up next.
Yes. And I am gonna go to an oldie but a goodie. The Jada Parker Stephanie Foucault match. I know we talked about it last week, but it's still such a amazing thing to see the growth in Jada Parker from a year ago to now, and being in the ring with Stephanie Foucault. I think really does incredible things for her stock, and I think just trading the knowledge, being in the ring with a world renowned talent like that, you got to take away some stuff, and it's things that you just get. And I feel like her matches lately, she's just gaining more and more experience and more just little tips and tricks here and there. You're growing at a rapid pace, just being in the ring with all these world world talents. Like she's truly being blessed, learning all this stuff from all these people. So that is my moment of the week. Not to mention, y'all know I love me some Jada Parker. Hey, Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
Mr. Parker don't know what to do with all that. Mr. Parker don't know what to do with all that.
Romeo.
All right, y'all getting a little, get it. Go to the corner. Get out. Go to the corner.
Oh, you got plenty. Okay. Week. This one is tough. No, it's not. I completely lied. What do you mean? There's a melee when it comes to the North American title picture and everything. Nikita Lyons shows up. That's my moment of the week. Nikita Lyons is back. She's all the way back. And I've been calling it from minute one. We all know it. We've all been there. We've all seen her work and what she's capable of. Healthy Nikita Lyons in the ring, in the title picture. See you later, kiddos. It's going to be a pack of lunch. It's going to be a long day. That's all I'm saying. Nikita Lyons is back all the way back. And I'm stoked about it. Just like Dryzzy with Jada Parker. I'm just
Yes.
It's
that's
in the interest of fairness. Yeah.
I mean, Nikita Lyons is trying to wreck Carmen Petrovich and Ashanti the Adonis's home, man.
Trying.
By the way, the moment of the night was definitely that tag team match.
That referee sitting there stopping.
What's up?
Damn ref.
He not keeping the P. He not keeping the P.
Damn ref.
Yeah, we can't.
Why you blocking ref? Y'all help my man. They trying to make something happen. Carmen and Ashanti are trying to make something happen, and the ref out here blocking.
Yeah. And I hate criticizing referees because they have a hard job. But I'm with you. It's like, what are we doing here? Yeah, Yeah. It's like, what are we doing there? And it sucks because the rest of the match I thought was really good. Or the rest of you're good-ish.
That match is horrible, yo.
It wasn't very good.
Dion Lennox.
We really like the show. I hate being critical of it.
Dion Lennox is all athleticism, no wrestling. Yo. That man just jumping for no reason, bro.
Let's be honest with ourselves. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
He reminds me of
Brinley Reese did her thing.
Yes,
respectfully.
It was. Yeah.
Last joke. He reminds me when you give a 5-year-old a controller and say, "Okay, just hit buttons."
Mashing.
That's all it is.
Spam.
Yes, MDB. Yes, MDB.
Square.
You hit my guy.
Oh no,
I wasn't aware of her game.
That probably does bring us to the end of the show, my friends. It's been a blast as always. Every Tuesday night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you stay tuned because we've got some new stuff brewing here. And I make sure I point the right direction. It's weird. I have to point the opposite way that you would think, but that way. Got some stuff brewing. Of course, we've always got Sunday Night Spotlight on tap coming up this Sunday. Check that out. And then the daily every day. Stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for tuning in. The stat of the day. Oh, we have a stat of the day? Dang it.
The stat of the day that there's a 0% chance that Chase U will be having classes tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's 100% chance that the class is out tomorrow.
Today's stat of the day is that the enrollment is closed on Chase U. With that though, that does bring us to the end of the show. Thank you, everybody that tuned in on behalf of me, Clark Taylor, Shadi, Dryzzy, all of us at WR. Thank you so much. Smash that like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. We'll see everybody next Tuesday, as well as hopefully throughout the rest of the week. We've got more good stuff coming up. Have a fun Tuesday night. Let's go get some tacos. Talk to everybody soon.